I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. Most areas once again can expect highs tomorrow in the mid-40s to the low 50s. Over far southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas, a rain-snow mix and highs in the upper 30s continue for tomorrow. Snow accumulations of 1 to 3 inches are likely right near the Colorado border and 6 to 12 inches in eastern Colorado. As low pressure begins to emerge from the Four Corners, rain is possible tonight for areas mostly along and west of Highway 183. Widespread rain chances increasing southwest to northeast tomorrow. Persistent rain continues through Saturday morning before some clearing starts to take place near the dry slot. Most areas are in line for at least a half inch of rain, while localized amounts could reach an inch to an inch and a half. Highs on Saturday in the mid-40s to the low 50s are expected. Sunshine returns for Sunday through Tuesday with the building reach of high pressure as highs warm to around 60. A cold front Wednesday, dropping our highs to around 50 and could bring a slight chance of rain. In the long-term forecast, Nebraska and Kansas temperatures Tuesday through November 20th remaining slightly warmer than normal. Above normal rainfall is indicated for Nebraska and Kansas Tuesday through November 20th, especially late next week through the 20th. Checking the regional drought monitor, once again, no areas in Nebraska are drought-free. Abnormal dryness remains from Lexington into southwest Nebraska. There is a 4 percentage point drop in coverage of moderate and severe drought to 72%, which includes a majority of central and eastern Nebraska in the southern panhandle. Extreme drought coverage of Nebraska remains at 8% and includes northern Antelope to northern Madison County and the northern panhandle. Kansas continues to be 2% drought-free in locations around Clark County of the southwest. Most of Kansas, along the south of I-70, is abnormally dry. Coverage of moderate to severe drought dropped 21 percentage points to 11% in Kansas and includes much of northern Kansas and the far south central and southeast. After 4% of Kansas in the far southeast was in extreme drought, there are now no areas with extreme drought. Key weather factors affecting the markets include heavy rain and snow for western wheat areas of the southern plains, more active weather over the central U.S., reducing the drought, and good weather in South America. A storm affecting southern locations of the Rockies and Plains drifts to the northeast, reaching the Great Lakes late in the weekend. The risk of severe storms in the south central U.S. is greatest this late day, with the modest threat lingering into tomorrow. Snow associated with the storm in the western wheat areas of the southern plains comes to an end by tomorrow. Rainfall could reach 2 to 4 inches in parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Totals up to 2 inches could spread as far east as the Ohio Valley and Mississippi Delta. Precipitation across the northwest U.S. this weekend arrives in the form of scattered rain across the central U.S. the middle of next week, further reducing the drought. Hurricane Rafael drifts westward or southwestward with no direct threat to areas from Texas to Florida. In central Brazil, continued wet season rains helping to keep the soybean planting and establishment on schedule. Good soil moisture is expected to continue in southern Brazil despite a slightly drier period next week. Towards Argentina, rain becomes spotty ahead of a drier period. A building La Nina could be troublesome in Argentina with heat and dryness during the late crop season. I'm Paul Perkins. That's a check of the ag weather.